I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I'm not very impressed with some of these coaching candidates that have swirled around the last 24 hours. We got a nice little list going on here. We got Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. I'm not really impressed with that one. Vic Fangio, I always screw that up. The defensive coordinator for the Chicago Bears. Mike Munchak, the offensive line coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's basically the only one on this list that actually has NFL head coaching experience. He was with the Tennessee Titans from 2011 to 2013. And you got Chris Richard, the defensive back coach. We spoke about him yesterday. The defensive back coach for the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, we're going to get into Darren Rizzi in a second. But looking at this list so far, like you basically got three defensive coaches here. So I'm starting to think that we're going in that direction as far as what we're looking for as far as candidates. Now, let's go ahead and get into Darren Rizzi real quick, because not only is he starting to pop up a little bit more as far as being the in-house favorite to getting the Miami Dolphins coaching position, but you guys have spoken about him, like Juan. I know he was the latest one to sit back and talk about it was this morning. I looked at it, yeah, looking at Darren Rizzi real fast. Obviously, he's the special teams coach, for the Miami Dolphins currently, and assistant head coach. Really, when I sit back and look at it, the positives, because I've voiced my opinion about him, how I didn't think he was a fit. We're gonna get into that in a second. But as far as the positives, I really feel like if we was to not hire an experienced head coach, I think that Darren Rizzi would be the best possible fit if we're going that route, considering the fact that I feel he's basically been groomed into being the next Miami Dolphins head coach. Because if you remember, when Joe Phil was fired in 2015, he was brought in for an interview with Dan Campbell for the interim head coaching job. I believe the same thing for Tony Sparano. But obviously, Dan Campbell ended up getting the interim head coaching job in 2015 to finish out the season. Then Adam Gase ended up getting hired, and Darren Rizzi ended up still being the special teams coach. But you could tell on the sideline back then in 2015 who was doing most of the work as far as the game management. Darren Rizzi was right next to him, basically letting them know, giving the advice, letting them know when to call the timeouts and stuff like that. So it was really Darren Rizzi doing those things. Also with Adam Gase, he was right there with Adam Gase, helping him out and stuff like that. So he does have the qualifications. One of the things I would like to point out as far as him making coaching adjustments, because I know that's one of the things that you guys are going to be looking for as far as the Miami Dolphins next head coach, because y'all was very upset with Adam Gase as far as making adjustments during the game. But one thing I would like to point out was the Minnesota Vikings game. They blocked a punt during the game, and they were close to blocking 3 more. And the fact that how Darren Rizzi ended up making an adjustment during the game to prevent us from getting punts. Oh, that's a little minor, but at least he made an effort to make a coaching adjustment, and also his passion for the game. Like you could tell on the sideline the way he interacts with some of the players. Also, the players that sit back and campaigning for him to be the next head coach for the Miami Dolphins. When you sit back and have somebody in house like that, they basically know. I'm not gonna say they basically know what to do, but they have a clear-cut idea of what the image of the people upstairs want the team to be like. He's been there since 2010, so like I told you, he's been groomed into being in this position. He knows what he should do and what he shouldn't do. Now, we're gonna get my only thing about Darren Rizzi is the fact that his coaching style. Now, when the players end up making a mistake or having miscues or during the play, Darren Rizzi makes it perfectly known how he feels to them. And as far as this day and age in pro sports, I don't want to call the players soft, but they just do not respond well to in your face coaching. Let me put it to you like that. In your face coaching. So that's probably the only thing that's holding me back from wanting to be signed on to the whole Darren Rizzi thing. You look at Oakland, and and John Gruden not working out too well with some of his players. And I just really don't see it. But it's looking like he's got the hot hand right now. If players are on board with it, I suggest that Chris Greer and Stephen Ross should end up giving the players what they want. But let me know what you guys think. You know what it is. If you enjoyed the content, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. This is GreatOne DeVore. I'm up out of here.